my favourite client, well, I can't say favourite, I've got too many. One of my lovely ladies who's jet setting, so safe travels. Manifest Brad Pitt, preferably, and I would like a photo, thank you. She knows who she is, she's watching right now. I'll just wait for a few people to jump on. And we will start getting into the Cancer video for this month. Seeing as everyone tonight requested the Cancer video. As I said, I had pre-recorded them, but there has been a shift of energy. And that's for all the zodiac signs. It's been a strange month. And I'm going with the flow. I'm going to see what's going to come through. Haven't tuned in. I've tuned into the relevant energy of what is happening around us, and that is as per the energy video that I did, but there's been a bit more information. And I do feel we do need to be, you made it back. I do feel we need to be super cautious about the way we're looking at videos this month, not to get too up in our heads, because we have been going through a shadow period. So a lot of things have been happening. Hey, Dawn. Ah, is that a twin Danish? I'm trying to work out which cards I need to use. We'll tune into it. I'll wait for a few more people to get on here, and then we shall fly away. Yes, I thought so, because it just turned 11. Oh, a nickname for you. Oh, we were going through it, Darry. It was like Pamela Anderson. No. Cody Ugly. No. We haven't worked it out yet. We have not worked it out. We were like, Darry. No, she's not a Darry. Divine Feminine. No, it was just a synchronicity connected to Twin Flame 1111. Tits! Hi, Jen. So random. I've got to work out how these comments can be permanently put up there. I'm so friggin' lazy sometimes, but it's because other dramas happen. Well, one would hope it's your twin. Yeah. We were trying to find a nickname for me. We picked Bab because theoretically if I was going to make the jackets, we couldn't exactly have Boss Ass Bitch because it's taking it away from Nicki Minaj and copyright, etc. So it's Bab. Hi, January Jones. Yeah. So, how many of us are Cancerians on here, or are we cross-watching and spying? Hi, Trish Bell. How are you? Now, there's very interesting energy going on at the moment. Now, I'm going to write the months down because I tell you, I'm going to say March. So, I'm going to write. Oh, okay, you're cross-watching. Ooh. Are we spying? Your ex-twin, Darry, Pamela. Don't get me started. January. Can I write it down or I'm going to forget what month it is, for goodness sakes, because it just feels like everything's everywhere at the moment, doesn't it? Okay, now, relevance to what's going on energetically. I'll discuss that first before I finish, and I'll finish my... Yeah, I know, it's much the same, isn't it? It's almost like there is, almost like it says, a Mayday happening. Sending out an SOS, that's what I'm hearing, because I've written that down. Sometimes when I tune into zodiac signs, a direct song will come up, or a sign, a word, a term, and that's generally an aspect of a theme coming through. Now, I have noticed with some of the things that when I've been tuning into the zodiac signs, there is a split energy between every single zodiac sign. And when I say that, energetically, it depends on what side of the fence you're on. Now, when I say what side of the fence you're on, depending on your direct situation and how you're directly dealing with the energies. Now, if you're in hermit mode, some energies may not apply. If you energetically, your age and your spiritual growth, it feels like a 50-50 energy going on energetically, because a lot of what's going on this year, and has for a while now, probably energetically very heavily so for the last 3 years, a lot of us spiritually have been having transformations. And that's as a collective. So lots has been changing. So I have noticed, a big shout out to Deb. I have to make reference to her. I absolutely love her readings. Mark knows who she is. Deb does tarot. Absolutely love her readings. Okay, so energetically speaking, there has been an energy where, you know, say with Cancer, it's 50-50 in an aspect of energetically how they're dealing with things. You'll know how it relates, and I'll get into it in a minute. Now, this month, April, moving into May, you know, although a shadow period has been there, there has been a strange energy going on where on the 3D we're visually hearing directly, dealing with something, thinking a path is a certain way, thinking an item is a certain way, thinking a road or a path is like 3D wise, we're seeing something in a particular way. Now, a lot of what is going on, Deb does tarot, a lot of what is going on is definitely, there is shadow work going on. Now, when I say shadow work, a lot of what's going on in 3D is there might be karmic related cycles coming through. And when I say karmic related cycles, the energy of what was going on it's almost like we were going back down memory lane. Now, that can be in any area of your life. So, and this is for every zodiac sign as a collective. So with this shadow period of what was going on, a lot of us may have been catching up with people that we haven't seen in a very long time, you know, going back to heal and finalize chapters or make good on promises. If we had a block in our life, we were then morphing that into a situation where we may connect with a person that represents a person from our past to do that healing work connected to that. Some of us might have been, you know, going back over old ground. Those of us who had worked on aspects of family and had moved away, it may be that they're reaching out now and, you know, you're doing a finalization of a chapter. Not so much. So it's like things, it's shadow work, things coming out from underneath, where the 3D situations that you were directly dealing with, you thought they were quite large, but then there's other aspects that have been coming up on top of that factor that have been coming out of left field, so to speak, unexpectedly. So I hope this relates, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. There's also a situation where you thought something was going to go a certain way, and now you're in two minds about it. And I think, again, this is 50-50 in the zodiac, connected to Cancer. Some of you might have thought that you would go down a particular path and it was the correct choice at the correct time. And I'm hearing yes, it was, but no, it wasn't. So it's two ways. It's yes, it's divinely guided in a sense that certain situations have occurred or happened. However, it's a bigger picture. There is a, how do I put it? There is a bigger picture to it, and there is a direct reason this has transpired and happened for you or to you. Now, through this shadow work, there is like, it almost feels like a bending of time. And I think there's a movie coming out that is quite similar to it, and I will try and get the name of the movie and I'll put it underneath, you know, in the bottom. What's happening is it's like there's, and my girlfriend will kill me if I bend that card. I'll try and find one of my old cards. Okay. It's like time has bent, right? So if you had a scenario in your life, yes, I need the friggin' Barbie dolls. Okay, the situation was back here and you hadn't directly healed it, although you're saying, yep, you know, that situation was pretty shit. I'm not dealing with that. I'm over that factor. Now, what happens is if that has internally blocked you in life, what then is happening is with this shadow period, it's being morphed into a situation where it's bending time. And then it's coming back in the shape of another person, another event, another scenario. I hope this is making sense. Now, when that has been looked at, it's going to be quite a shocking energy because once it's directly dealt with, shortly after, you're going to start looking at the situation and going, this reminds me of X, Y, and Z. Wow. And then the radars are going to go off, okay? But it's positive, it's not negative. It's actually helping you directly deal with that one block. And this is for every zodiac sign. So this is going to be a jerk to repeat. I wish I could just snapshot it and chuck it into every video, but I've got to do live, so it's the way it's going to go. So then what happens is you learn the lesson, and I don't feel it's a lesson. I feel it's a blockage, chakra related, healing related, life related, where this situation's coming about for that given reason. So it does serve a direct purpose and it is for your betterment regardless of whatever that situation is. So this could be old friends coming back, it could be karmic partners, it could be people similar to karmic partners. And when I say karmic, people that were in your life that may have been heavy energies that you didn't feel were very positive, and it became a problem. So they've then come back either in the 3D, meaning in real life, that physical person, or a different person that represents the energy of that previous person is coming back to have that reality with you again for you to heal that aspect. And it's almost like a test. Like you're going to school, you learnt something, you're saying you've learnt all you need to know and, you know, you've dealt with the situation. You're then stepping back and you're coming to a place where you're saying, that's okay. And the shadow period, it's almost like that movie, Deep Horizon. And I think it's Deep Horizon, don't quote me on this, but they're on this spaceship. And what happens is this, all their deepest, darkest secrets and their fears morph into a reality for them for them to directly look at it and confront that aspect of a demon and a fear. And that's exactly what is going on there, where it's doing a 360 and it's bending in time and then it's flicking out. What the consequence is going to be is happening this month, but it may be that in May, that whole May Day aspect is, wow, have I learnt the lesson? Okay. So in that situation, that is going to be in various areas of your life, and it will be as a collective for us as a whole to directly look at and go, okay, how does this directly relate to us? Where did we have a position in that factor? Where do we need to own that aspect of a sense of responsibility? What could we perhaps have done differently? Or maybe even if we didn't do anything differently, again, it's purging and breaking that cycle where we're looking at it and going, okay, I have peace with that situation now. I need to retreat back and I need to move forward. So, hi. Hi, Christine. Do you miss me? So I'm hoping that makes sense. But the old is morphing into something new in some shape or form. It can be friends, it can be family members, it can be karmics, it can be people that are similar to karmics. It can be you going back over old ground, all the way back to childhood. So it's a purging, but it's a very, very heavy, nasty purge. But it's going to, it's like a bitter pill, so to speak, that you're, it's direct medicine we're needing to heal that aspect, because it is a direct block that is preventing energies and people to, as a collective, move forward. So it's there for a relevant reason. You are needing to trust in the process, of the reasons why this situation is actually happening. Yeah. And a lot of us are very much psychoanalyzing ourselves and saying, gee, you know, why did we do X, Y, and Z? Directly speaking, we have to remember we are human and things do happen. As long as there's sort of something in a sense of a healing nature that comes through in it. And our egos are really being tested as well. And that's a very relevant energy. From probably mid-April it would have been through to the whole, well, I'd say probably 2 to 3 weeks into May. Now, I'm just going to directly deal with the relevant energies of what's coming through, because with the heaviness, I need to get some clarity for you guys on how to proceed forward, how to deal with the energies, what chakras might be blocked. And when I say chakras, again, I'm trying to be super cautious. I'll try and tune into them when we get them. Yeah. We do need to work with what's happening. So try and go with the flow, gain your clarity, speak your truth, because I think that's very relevant. But try and come from a place when you directly deal with the situations, you're coming from a place of truth, not anger. And that way it's going to, you know, the more open to this whole process you are, the smoother it's going to go. But if you're fighting it, it's really going to block any aspect of communication. And due to this fact, all of us do need to have direct compassion with each other during this time and not get caught up in the 3D of the nature of what has transpired, because there is a reason why it's happening for the betterment of forward motion. So we all need to understand that as a collective. I'm hoping this makes sense. Sometimes I think I talk so much. But yeah, there's been mass downloads lately. Chakra. The aftermath is going to be painful, though, you know, of this process. Now, it may be that you choose to remain in an energy. Now, what energy that is going to be, I'm going to pull some separate cards for that and see what's coming through for you guys, Cancer. But I'm going to pull some chakra cards. But I just felt it was relevant for us to discuss that, because there has been a lot of confusion as to why things have been happening. And trust me, I've been there myself. I've been going, what the? Okay. Oh, lots going on for you guys, Cancer. Okay. A lot of self-worth is coming up. You know, you've been doing a lot of shadow work on self-esteem. You know, and it's not you don't have it. It's you have an ideal of what that looks like. So an ego, again, is directly connected to it. And when I say ego, I'm not having a go. It's the energy of what is moving through us this month is very much ego-based. And it would have been from the last week heavier so. So probably in the last week to 2 weeks, what you're going to find is we were already traveling into that aspect of energy. So we would have been getting a lot of triggers, maybe feeling too proud, maybe, you know, ego-related energies coming through directly. So energetically, this can be towards yourself, towards pride, towards people's actions, towards people's belief systems, in general, ego over the board. So your self-esteem as such, you know, the way you feel about yourself, what you think feminine or masculine energy is, you know, and being that you are having the energy of this, it can be that you're looking at yourself in the mirror and wanting to create a better version of self. So however that be, you know, each of us individually do need to be accepting. And the thing is, self-esteem is not directly connected to the opinions of other people. It's more, regardless of good or bad, which we all hold energetically, it's coming to a peaceful place inside yourself and loving yourself unconditionally to a point where you make peace with things and then move forward energetically. Because change, you know, any negative is a positive in any sense, because directly speaking, heavy energies and adversity is what moves us and propels us forward. But for a long time, Cancer has felt very stuck, connected to this. Although on the external, you know, very much looking like it was all under wraps, and very, very much yes. So you guys are very strong characters. You're very powerful characters, but you're very tired at the moment. You're very, very worn out. Self-worth is definitely coming up, but you're needing to be very nurturing towards yourself, which is going to move your energy forward and up. But if you're, and again, directly connected to ego, you're needing to maybe do some homework. And I mean, you don't have to, but for some of you who are interested in doing spiritual work on yourself, to understand your mindset and the way you're thinking about things, even if you're just thinking it and jotting it down in your head. To you, what makes a masculine or a feminine energy? Is it your attractiveness? Is it your physique? Is it your assets in a sense of money? Is it your job, your status and your friendship circle? Whatever you feel directly defines you is going to come up in question, but you need to rethink that, because you know, with the aspect of ego, it's releasing that, because a lot of it is this month, you know, and moving through to the second week, we're almost coming to a place where we're realizing what we do and don't have control over, but ourselves, in a sense, we do. So when we do the internal work and we rest, recoup, and rebuild our spiritual self, we're able to give more to others, but we need to give to ourselves first. Home as well is directly in question, but I feel you're wanting to come home to yourself. I feel this month is very much a spiritual transformation for many, that you're really wanting to come home. Now, you had wanted movement energetically in your life by Christmas. That did not happen, and you're actually quite cross at yourself for certain things that didn't happen the way you'd wanted them to. Now, it's not to say they can't, it's just you need to meditate, recoup, and get grounded inside yourself internally in order to come home to self. I'm hoping this makes sense. Some of you have been quite creative about what you're wanting to do in your future as well. Okay, lots of energies. You guys, you have lots of things that you're really, I just keep seeing you guys going back over old ground in your mind. You're really coming to a place where you're being very, very hard on yourself. It's almost like I can feel some of you weeping, some of you very tired, and this won't be at all times. And internally, you can be emotionally broken down, not necessarily externally to the point where you're breaking down and weeping, but you're processing on like past tense situations. And when I say past tense, I mean way back when. Like, I'm talking childhood, I'm talking can be 10, 15 years. It's just people you haven't heard from, people that have passed, almost like an aspect of the dark night of the soul, but it's not. It's just aspects of regret and where things perhaps could have been different. But you've got to let go of that in order to move forward, to have that positive connection. Now, love is going to be a relevant energy this month, and you're assessing that factor. Yeah, true. I'm with you there. Now I'm going to pull some clarifiers on these as well. And your connection. So it's like you're feeling pulled, because look at the card. Like, anytime I pull a card, there's always a different energy that comes out. And it's almost like, yes, you're going back over memory lane to connecting the dots, but it's almost like you're being pulled, but you're trying to move that way. And you're looking back and going, yes, I get these connections, but spiritually speaking, I'm needing to go this way. And you need to just meditate. And I do feel this month is very relevant for meditation, aspects of hermit mode, aspects of really thinking about what that future is going to look like. Okay, heart chakra. Okay, what does your heart want? You need to fight for it. Whatever your heart desires, you may have, but again, it comes down to you understanding your worth, regardless of whatever past is. you coming home to yourself, being open to giving and receiving love, and your connections, and what your path is, what you choose your path is, not what anybody else wants, what you spiritually want. And I do feel your guides are actually working with you, and it is your heart chakra. So you're doing heart chakra work. But I feel as though many of you have been coming to a place where you've put that aspect on hold. And you haven't communicated it, because whenever I get like croggy throat, always comes through as lack of communication. You need to learn to trust your gut. You're questioning it too much. You're psychoanalyzing it. Directly speaking, you know, your gut and your heart should be working together. But the heart knows the truth. So it may be fighting, but ultimately speaking, the heart will win. Okay, now you are going to gain some clarity about which way you're wanting to go. Where is your moral compass telling you to go? What is your moral compass telling you you need to do? Regardless, again, remember, aspects of ego this month. We need to drop the ego. Pride comes before a fall, you know. So you need to look at what you want to do. So this could be aspects of family, which you got the family card in reverse. That it's not about what people, external family members want. It's about what you're wanting and what your instincts are telling you that you're wanting to do, ultimately speaking. Because if you actually moved everybody off the table and you sat and meditated, your truth will be heard internally. And you're needing to have compassion towards yourself connected to this. What other messages are coming through? These ones. I'm just going with the flow with what card's calling me. I didn't really pick a format of how this reading was going to go. Okay, what messages do Cancer need to know? Yeah, you need to be okay with it. Very much, how was I explaining it to someone the other day? I think it was in a private reading, or it might have been in one of the videos. It's like a band-aid effect, you know. We are all human, and we need to be gentle with ourselves. And again, that is an aspect of ego. We need to be gentle on ourselves to a point where if we're hearing we're exhausted, we need to understand and respect that. We also do need to be respectful to our, you know, our bodies when they're saying we're tired, when they're saying they need a break, or they need nutrients, or they need sleep. We need to adhere to that, because it's something that's moving us forward personally. Okay. Wow. Tune into this. You're really feeling unworthy. Now, again, remember this card here. Okay. You guys need to be very gentle with yourselves. Now, this comes from a block. Now, remember, where's that other card? This makes me want to have a smoke. Okay. The morphing of a situation that perhaps is relevant to these cards has transpired, okay? It can be a person, can be a time, can be a memory. Now, time has bowed back to take you back down memory lane, not directly with the direct person or the direct situation, but going back. Now, this is where aspects of self-esteem may have been broken. Somebody or something, or at a time or place, self-esteem was torn away from you. It was robbed from you. Now, whoever this person is, it was right here. Now, you're back there in memory lane. You need to flick it forward and release it. If you don't, aspectly speaking, this is going to end up like that. And there will be no forward motion. Now, directly speaking, when we have blocks in our life, it can cause illness. So you do need to be careful. This card is actually saying that you physically feel you have nothing to offer anyone, that nobody sees who you physically are. You know, energetically don't feel that way because another person has directly made you feel that this is all your value is. And you need to understand your self-worth. Okay. It can be that you're thinking that your mindset is the correct mindset, and that's not to be outruled 100%. Relevantly speaking, it may be due to fatigue that you're seeing something a certain way, that if you're grounded and you have the aspect of meditation and rest, you may view a situation slightly differently. I'll try and tune into the card. Okay, so this here is talking about the fact that my symphony is of no value to anyone. This is your belief. Now, this card here is talking about I can only create within my own beliefs. Although a person may have made you feel this way, ultimately speaking, you have owned that energy to come to a place that is now your belief system. So you need to detoxify that energy to a point you realize that was their energy. And a lot of times, you know, anything that's being pressed against you energetically, where someone is making a statement, their opinion, their belief system, yes, after a while it does absorb in like a sponge, and we do start believing that's what is so. But again, our mind is a sponge, and we can actually wash it out and squeeze it and get rid of it. What other ones do we have? Okay. You also need to be gentle on yourself, connected to comparing yourself to other people. It isn't a competition. You know, you are as relevant as anyone else. That can be connected to family, connected to partners, friendships, work colleagues. Try and put yourself energetically as you're a king or a queen. Regardless of who you are, we're all growing spiritually, and you know, you need to come to that place of not comparing situations, or you're getting what I'm saying. You're being too hard on yourself. You need to ask yourself, are you in a positive or a negative vibration? Now, ultimately speaking, if you are, my natural state is one of well-being. So ultimately speaking, it is natural for us to be in a happy vibration. If you are not at a happy vibration, it is for a given reason that you need to directly deal with those aspects of energies. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. This chair is so uncomfortable, might I add? There you go. Falseness. So something that you're dealing with is not as rosy as you thought, and it may be your health, it might be your work, it might be a partnership, it could be a home environment. What this is going to directly relate to you. There's too many Cancerians. However it sits in your life, okay, is something for the best for you. It could be your employment. It could be anything. However this directly relates for you. Pull another one. So as I said, there's 50-50s. Some of you may be just naturally in that higher vibration where you have made changes, you have spiritually grown, you've done the work in these areas. So your vibration may be different. You know what you have to do to get yourself to this place, whatever that be. It might be even you feeling that you're deserving of things. trying to bring it together. You have the power to bring it together. Whatever your happiness is going to be. But you do need to communicate it, because you're choosing not to, but you need to communicate this factor. Put those away. God, I'm optimistic. It's going to be 3 in the morning by the time I'm finished. Okay. You have some good news coming your way. This might be through the grapevine, but it can be for employment as well. You are wanting to move in towards something, or this could be towards somebody, but you're not doing it just yet. You're trying to gain clarity. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. You feel you haven't done the work yet, but you feel you know the situation too well, and that's probably why you're meditating on how to deal with it in a different way. This could be your creative way of handling it. It might be that you're going around in a circular way to do a 360 and view it from different perspectives, so that you can find a different means in order to tackle this given situation or person. You're having a lot of troubles around you. Finances are very tight as well. Okay, an event has already transpired and now it's in the aftermath. So it's gone stagnant. Okay, a person that was there is moving out. So there's a blockage there. And you're trying to come into your own and you're wanting to bring something in. I almost see some of you sitting there very quietly thinking. For many of you, this is alone, meditating. Okay. Now, whatever was blocking you is either ending. So whatever was looking rosy may come to an end. But it can be vice versa. So again, I'm saying 50-50 energy. It can also be that a way of looking at something is ending. So a block you might have had is finally coming to a place where it's being removed. So it may be quite an internal time for you guys, where it's not so much that there won't be forward motion. By purging those aspects, you're physically able to move forward. And it's very important for you guys, because very much, these energies for Cancer have been there for an awful long time, and you have been really far too hard on yourselves. You're like Hercules. Okay. This event that happened that has moved, you're really regretting it. It didn't bring anything in for you. It didn't do anything positive, really. Maybe temporarily. On the 3D, no. On the 5D, your spiritual sense and your forward motion, yes, it will. You may not feel the effects right away, but it's removing a blockage. So although you may feel, oh, have I done the correct thing, or have I dealt with life the correct way? However it be, it might be you processing back over many different given situations. Don't get blocked by it, because ultimately speaking, it's going to serve you, as you're moving down the road. Okay, so you got this card in reverse. So this might be that someone from the past is there, but your ego is blocking you from communicating from this person. With this person. I feel you thinking over in your mind how to speak to certain individuals. but you're really blocked. You're not quite knowing how to proceed forward. And it's because of the energies around you and the way it's directly affected the way you feel about yourself. But again, that's ego. And remember, you won't be the only one this month that feels this, so drop that and try and move forward. I'll pull you some clarifier cards on some advice on how to deal with this energy. It happened because you weren't ready to deal with it or weren't ready to take something. And that's relevant. I mean, ultimately speaking, if you've got healing to do, you will not be ready for that next step. So this is a healthy process in order to move forward, emotionally speaking. So it's more a temporary halt. What advice does Cancer have for May? Libyan reading in general. This is Cancer. Okay. So basically what you're needing to do is meditate on the situation. So think about the best outcome. Go over it. Have a look at it from a 360 point of view. And then take action on what you feel. Where is it? Your heart desires. Who you feel your connections are with. Work, love, family, etc. But you've got passion in reverse. So come in, you know, in the correct format. Come in the correct way. Definitely speaking, as you are visualizing what you're going to do, you're really meditating. You're very noisy. You're really meditating. You know, you're almost up in your head. The action you're going to take, it's because you have a bigger, how do I put it? When you've gone through adversity, you've got nothing to lose. So by looking at something in a certain way, you're able to move forward spiritually. This can be your 5D sense, where you're getting to that place where you know there's a connection and it feels like a oneness and it's the correct thing, environmentally speaking, to do. Now, if you come in neutral, you're worried about coming in passionately because you're scared what it might be and you're unsure how it might be taken. I'll pull a clarifier for you just to help you ease into the situation. Yeah, it's Cancer video. Libran will be next. You need to come to a place where you realise you're human and perhaps emotionally speaking you weren't feeling, you know, balanced. This can be again. But you'll, again, remember this is ego-based. If you're dealing with matters of the heart chakra is pure, heart is pure. There is no judgment connected to it. So it's you're putting these expectations, you know, on yourself due to past tense situations. I'm just pulling all the cards up because they're all relative. Yeah, so the way you feel about yourself, how it directly affected your self-esteem, you feeling really that, you know, you want what you want, you love what you love, but it's almost like the external is saying no. You are saying no, but it's what you want, and you just keep doing a 360. You're questioning all these connections, all these little cogs in the road. What is love? Are you not enough? Why don't I feel grounded and at home and family? It's all of these aspects going on. It's almost like you feel like the black sheep, but you're not. It's, again, an internal situation going on. You do have faith in the bigger picture. And you need to have faith in self. your physical health by moving through this adversity, dealing with the conflict. Your health will balance and it will be an end of a toxic situation. Number 5, endings. Your creativity will come through. So I'm feeling by the 3rd week, I'm going to grab a card. Maybe by the 8th, you should have an aspect of clarity. Now, you're going to have some choices, but it is your choice of what way you wish to go in your life. Now, this can be connected to love, it can be connected to work, family, etc. However this directly relates, but it'll be a heavy energy prominent that you would have been doing shadow work on this month. Any questions while I roll a cigarette? I hope this helped. Interesting little reading. It's gone quiet out there. You don't like working out alone? Make it fun. Any other questions before I do the Libran video? That's okay. How do you know your blockages? Look, you can get to a place where, okay, for instance, a lot of times when I do readings, you'll find my throat will go very froggy. That's throat chakra. That's you feeling that you can actually speak to people and tell them your truth. So there's different areas, but look, it'll be where you're feeling it will directly impact your health, your sleep. You know, it might be triggers connected to diet or toxicity. Anything in your life where it's impacting you and causing direct stress, that's a block. So it can be a physical 3D area of your life, an item, a person, a scenario, a height, whatever it be. You will physically know what block that is because it will be something coming up where it's actually preventing an aspect of your life's forward motion, regardless of what the ego is saying of I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, which all of us are in ego this month, which is probably why we're being triggered and jackasses. But yeah, a lot of that work has been going on. But that would have been from, maybe, I'd say energetically it was coming in from mid-April, moving through. Any other questions? Have to cleanse the cards now. It's gone quiet. Have we had all the clarity we need? That's awesome. I'll see you later. Probably tomorrow for the Taurus. I'll see how I go after Libra. But yeah, it's now 12:30 in the morning. I do take donations, Kim. They're on my website at the moment. I haven't activated it on here. Yeah, I'm a vampire. Like I say to my friends, they're like, it's a combination of ADHD and caffeine, quite frankly. I'm just going to put it on that. Hey, Lee Cooper, how are you? Yes, I am part Turkish. I'm part Turkish, English, Irish, and French. You unrequited love. You're a jag, Andrew. You guys crack me up. full-on entertainment. Yeah. Merhaba, salam alaikum. All good. Yeah. It is good to see you. Okay, if you have any questions, you can place them in the box after this video is uploaded correctly, and I'll put the website link on it for bookings. If you're wanting to make bookings, you can go to the website. I should have said at the beginning of the video that the link is directly below, but no, Yildiz didn't say that because it's 12:30 in the morning now. There is a donation section, as I said earlier, on the website. There's also a spiritual shop if you wanted to have a look at it for your chakra stones, smudge sticks, twin flame candles, you name it, there's quite a bit on there. There will be jackets soon and jumpers. That will be coming soon. And I shall talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Take it easy this month, guys, okay? Don't be too hard on yourselves. Bye.